over-reliance on very old references is an indication that in your write-up, you have not been able to sufficiently show the progression that has taken place in your field over time. Hello everyone, welcome to this video. I'll be sharing an important referencing tip. Recently, I was reviewing the thesis of a student and I made this interesting observation where more than 80% of the in-text references in the thesis of the student were very old references. I'm talking of references as old as 1960, 1970. And it's not as if the topic the student worked on is something that requires the use of very old references. In fact, it's a field where new research work keeps being published. So there is really no justification for the use of very old references. So how do you ensure in your write-up that it's a good balance between the very old, the old and current references in your field? For me, what I do as a person is to spread the references across the various sections of my write-up. Let's say I'm writing a manuscript. So I ensure that in my introduction, I use mostly very current references. I'm talking of references as recent as 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. If I must use the ones published in the early 20s, I try to keep them as minimal as possible. And then I come to my materials and methods. That's where you mostly see old references. But then I also try to minimize that. I only use it when, or use them when they are absolutely necessary. And of course, in cases, there are cases that you really know that you need to cite those relevant and very important old references. And then in my discussion, the same thing I did in my introduction is what I repeat in my discussion. So it kind of helps to ensure that healthy balance between what has been done, what is currently being done, and what is the future direction of research in that field. So that's what works for me, and I think it's a very good practice. At the end of the day, you are able to sufficiently show what has been done in the field over time and the progress that has been recorded, what is currently being done, and what is still yet to be done. Do you understand the future research direction? So that shows that you have thoroughly researched that topic and you have really done a very good work. I want to know, how do you, as a researcher, as a writer, how do you ensure a very good balance between very old, the old, and very recent references in your field? I would like to hear from you. Thank you for listening. I will see you in my next video. Until then, I'm Dr.